So I have to re-upload this because the video got taken down and they gave me a warning to where I have to take a little sensitivity training. So instead of me playing the video of the teacher and the kid fighting, I'm just going to play a still of it, and then you can just go to the links that I left in the description to the actual videos. Didn't think the video was that bad, but apparently YouTube did, so here's round 2, baby. So when I worked at an after-school program, luckily none of the kids were racist. If they were, they kept it to themselves. But every time I saw a kid that was trying to be edgy with their friends, being like, hey, what's up, my I'm like, you're not even Asian. You can't even say that. You can probably say but only if you're talking about a chain. And it's always the same thing. They'll stop and then 10 minutes later they go back to doing the same thing. And if there's anything I learned from taking care of these kids, is that some of them need the literal sense beaten into them. And I don't mean lock them in a closet and torture the sense into them, but I mean take them to the group of people their racial slur pertains to and then have them say it and then see how brave they are. Or we can go the more chaotic route, and if you can win in a fight against whatever race it may be, you can say that racial slur until someone of that race beats you up and dethrones you. That way, everything can be equal. But a few days ago, this exact plan went down without any of the people involved even knowing. In Las Vegas, a substitute teacher and a student unleashed a barrage of punches on each other after a classroom argument over a reported slur spilled out into a crowded hallway in front of other students. Raekwon Smith is accused of brawling with a Valley High School student on Thursday when he asked the teen who allegedly shouted a racial slur to leave the classroom. Now, you don't understand how bad I wanted to do this to kids who were just being annoying. I swear to God, there was this one girl who came and didn't want to use our office's phone because she said it was being tapped by the government. I wanted to ask her, are you a fucking drug dealer? Because what 13-year-old has that mindset? And she had been in 5 programs before she got to us where she didn't even last a day. We had to call her dad mid-field trip to come pick her up because she was saying some fucking cryptic shit. I swear, may God, the YouTube gods strike my channel if I'm lying. But here's one of the videos of them fighting. You can find the other angle on Twitter, but it's really blurry. But as you can see, it has been decided that they are going to fight, and both of them are throwing punches. It's just one's a 27-year-old and the other is a portly high schooler. But you can see at the end, he steps over the student, which is exactly how my situation would have went down. In the other angle, he even slaps him when he's on the ground, and I'm assuming he's like, say it again, I dare you, which can only lead me to assume what the kid would have said if he would have won and he was standing over him. They probably would have just crowned him king right then and there. But being dropped by a substitute teacher in front of other students wasn't enough, because it says as he was being escorted away, he says, you're going to jail, nigga. And to everyone who's gonna comment about that, does this look like a fucking white guy to you? My beard doesn't grow like pubes because I'm fucking Caucasian, but here's the aftermath of what went down. The most pathetic walkaway ever. He sounded like he was crying, not about to cry. And what's funny is that this is a substitute teacher. It's not like the actual one would have been able to come back, but now we can't even be like, let's run it back. He's forever going to be known as the student who got his ass beat by the substitute teacher. And you can tell this student is one of the ones that always causes problems, because even after getting his ass beat, someone comes up to him and is like, hey, you want to shut the fuck up real quick? This doesn't even look like a teacher. This just looks like another student trying to let him know that, hey, you know, you were surrounded by black people, right? You know, you just got beat up by one. I would cool it on the N-words for a few seconds. After yelling that, it says the student was also arrested. Karma was like, I don't think so, pal. One of the funniest things about this, though, is this quote one of the students gives about what happened. I see a teacher fighting a student, I'm like, wow. And then the teacher is standing over him, just slapping him, saying stuff to him. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. They could have made up something better on their own. They asked the one student who was told about the fight what happened. It actually feels good to see something like this happen with all these other videos of students beating up their teachers coming out because they called on them to read and they say like one word a minute. So they're like, are you trying to make fun of me? And they're like, yeah, we waited for you to get this far so we can make fun of you. And then they don't get sarcasm, so they just knock out their teacher. I left a link to both of the videos in the description. It's the same one, just from the different angles. But yeah, guys, teachers are getting younger and younger, so I think twice about insulting your 20-something-year-old teacher thinking he's gonna have the skills of one who's about to retire. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.